Welcome to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris and Dave. Two firefighters close to retirement telling stories full of comedy, adventure, bragging, and bullshit.
How do you live with yourself? It's not easy.
Discuss anything and everything in this delicious conversational guacamole prepared just for you at the Avocado Studio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris and Dave and Brian. I'm Chris.
I'm Dave.
Brian.
And welcome to
shitballs, 107.
107.
Yeah.
Featuring special guest
Victor the Animal Torres.
I love it. Love it.
Hell yeah. Woo. You know, you're one of those guys.
Yes.
Salt of the earth, down
Salt
and
of the
dirty. Guy's not afraid to do anything, get in anybody's face, and I love you for it, and I worked a long time with you, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Let's do this.
Yes.
That was nice.
He's
In all honesty, I was supposed to be like in episode 14, and then like
14?
episode 30, and then like episode 80. And
well, we're only up to what?
107.
107.
Yeah. There was one time where I think you were supposed to pair up with
Leo. Yeah.
And then the other time I think you had
Keep things just come up.
Yeah. But you're here.
We're here now.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw him in a call today. I was following the rookies at some place, and we were leaving, and the rookies were they were going to take him.
He was at a call today?
Well, he was driving the private ambulance, and I was walking away, and he stopped me like, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got the private ambulance thing.
So
going.
yeah, right before I lifted the window, I said, "Hey, still waiting for my call for the podcast
Bring.
today." Okay.
Damn, that's fantastic.
Timing.
Love
It's
it.
all about the timing.
What a coinkydink.
Being at the right place at the right time.
There you go.
Let's hear a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in the Laredo Fire Department? What are
I've been
you
in the
about?
Laredo
Father?
Fire Department, almost 24 years.
24.
Class of 99.
99.
Yeah. And
Makes me want to party.
been married 22 years. Going
Careful,
on 22
careful.
years. Yes, I had to, father of five, of course. Father of the world. My friends used to call me that.
Father of the world.
See, that's old school. Because,
El Padre del Mundo.
Del mundo.
Well, I mean,
Not a lot of people go that high in numbers anymore.
Well, I
No.
mean, it's fitting that I'm on International Women's Day, right? Because I have my first 3 children are daughters. Right?
And you have a Madison as well.
Yeah, I have a
We
Madison
share him.
as
We
well.
used to talk about that at Station 9. He had a Madison.
Cool.
Yeah. He has a Madison. I have a
Emily's
Madison.
my eldest. Madison, 19. They're both in college. And I have Isabella. She's a junior in Alexander, and Adam's a freshman in Alexander, and Vic, the piloncillo, right?
Is he the evil genius?
Yes.
Vic the evil. That's a evil genius name.
I think I named him perfectly, Vic. Like, he's
just
all
like you.
me, yes.
Wow.
Not the athletic part, but the
The sinister.
sinister smarts.
So when you crash out at night, so I have 2 sons and they're in their 20s, and I just think about them and Erica. And when you crash out, your mind must be just split, and you're just thinking about each and every single one of them, and then how they're doing and what they're up to and things like that. Some of them don't even live in
my house,
in your house anymore,
Yeah.
and things like that. So how do you go about that?
Well,
Because
I mean,
I'm getting somewhere with this.
we Emily doesn't live with me, right?
Right.
She's gone and flown the coop, right?
Yep.
21 years old.
Yep.
Madison's still at home, going to college. So if she usually gets out of work pretty late, like after 11. So she'll come in, we'll talk for a little bit, and that's it. The other ones, we catch them at dinner, right?
Right.
That's when I, de-stress with them and have a nice conversation on how their day went and what they do at baseball practice and band practice and so. But I'm pretty involved with them because I'm like, the president of the booster club of the band, Alexander Band.
Oh,
So I'm always
nice.
busy with that.
Wow.
Thanks, Tony Nunez, for that one.
They tried to. I was in with the boosters at United.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm busy all the time. I'm coaching Adam. Been coaching him. Now he's in high school, so he's with the coaches. But we ended up opening up a baseball academy.
Yep.
So that's what I've been doing. 3 nights a week. Well, when I'm not in the fire department.
Everything's shaking.
Oh, I'm shaking my legs here. I'm sorry.
I'm like, wait, what the hell's going on? I'm like, the mic's going like this. It's all right. It's all right. You're with friends. You're with friends.
I'm with friends, dude. I love you guys. I love my boys.
So you're a pretty involved, busy guy.
Yeah.
And you yourself, because when I was in the fire department, you were on the softball team. You played
Still.
football.
Yes.
What else? You bowling or anything like that?
No, not bowling.
You were in the union. You were involved in the union heavily. Pack all these things that you've done in your career to not just your job, but other things other than your job. And that's really cool.
You try to, as this fire department becomes part of your, it's your life, your second life, right?
Sure.
Now you guys are retired.
Yep.
First thing I asked you is, what is life? What do you have planned life after fire department, right?
Yep.
Because we dedicate, everything to this job.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So we become a family, and it might be a cliche, but I don't think there's a firefighter that say, you know what, I don't like this guy. It's just everybody's friend, everybody's a coworker. We do have guys. And that common
couple of guys here and there, yeah.
But other than that,
guy.
most of the time, I mean, if even we see each other out of town, not in uniform. My wife always says, you're gonna run into a firefighter somewhere, and you're gonna hug them, and you're gonna talk to them for like 10, 15 minutes. And that's just the way it is, you know.
Yep.
It's just a culture, different culture.
It's a wonderful life. Wonderful life.
The best place to keep up with the retirees,
Breakfast?
HEB.
Oh my God! Yes.
They live there.
Oh my God!
Every time I go to HEB, I run into 3 or 4 retired guys.
Yes.
And a crew getting their groceries.
Of course. There's always that one rookie that doesn't know who you are.
Yeah.
I run into those a lot now.
Oh,
They call you sir. I hate it when they call me sir. I'm the guy that tells them, you call me sir one more time, I'm gonna slap you. See, I'll lick my hand.
I'm not an officer. I work for a living.
And he's such a cliche because in the movies, he's the rank of driver.
Okay.
You always have the driver that's kind of like the tough enforcer, and if you just mess with him, he's going to kick your all these things. He's like a cliche of the movies. And he's the same guy that says, "Don't you ever call me sir."
Yeah.
He keeps the guys in check, but he guards the captain from them.
My wife says that everybody sees you as this mean burly guy with a demeanor, but you're just a big teddy bear. I said, hey, I got a reputation
to uphold.
Do not tell anyone, Amanda.
What station are you at now?
Station 1.
Station Central. Oh, the old Central.
The old Central.
How long have you been
Central.
This is my second tour, so I've been there 5 years.
Yep.
Well, going on, I would say 6 years now.
Yeah, gotcha.
So,
Man,
but I lasted like
1999.
13 years at Station 4.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How long were you at 9?
I was at 9 about 2 years. I did Columbia Bridge.
Back in the day?
Back
That's
in
when
the
you know
day.
you're getting old.
And I
We
did
got the 2 rooms
I did about a year
separate.
there, and then I did another year at 2 years at Station 9,
Yeah.
and then 2 years at Station 6. And to punish me, I remember they were punishing me.
Ooh.
They sent me to Station 1 C shift, and that's where I ended up with him. And I was like, "This is the punishment? You guys just did me a favor. You got me out of Station 6."
Wow. Gee.
Can we ask what you did? Or no?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Have the records been sealed?
Oh no, and it's no big secret. We used to get the flu shot, right?
Okay.
And they used to tell us it was kind of mandatory.
Yeah.
And we were at Station 5, and I took off well, back then we couldn't wear polos. We had to wear just the class uniform.
Yeah.
So I took off the shirt, and then got the flu shot. So when it came down to putting my shirt back on,
You undid your pants.
I undid my pants, but not that button that holds the pants. I was skinnier back then. My pants didn't fall down. I just kept it up. And a newly district chief came in and he said, "What are you doing that here for? Why don't you go do that in the back?" And I said, "I'm done." And I just put the flaps in and I walked out, right? I walked out the door where Station 5, I just walked right out. And apparently that was an order he gave me. So they suspended me. They were going to suspend me indefinitely.
Are you shitting me?
Fucking ridiculous.
So they gave me, I think they gave me 2 shifts. Suspension. So to
Dude.
punish me, they sent me to Station 1 C-Shift, and I was like, shit, I should have done this 2 years ago.
If
I
they
should
could
have
have,
pissed off that guy 2 years ago.
dude, I used to. If we had a fire, I'd be standing outside. I would literally take my pants off. I'm standing there in my underwear and put my bunkers on.
Yeah.
If we went to training, I would take off my pants. I'm standing there in my underwear, and I.
In all fairness,
It's ridiculous.
They were nurses from the city there, but
It's
of course,
ridiculous.
they had my back to them.
Yeah.
It's all circumstantial right now. I get along with that officer, and to me, it's water under the bridge. But for the sake of the story, that was
Damn.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever been suspended?
Suspended? No. I got written up one time, I think.
What'd you do?
Well, back when I was on the RQ, was at Station 2 with Eric Casares, and we were driving the new RQ6. So it was supposed to go to 6, and there's going to be
Cabin half?
on RQ. Yeah, it was a big one. It was like the bus, they called it.
Right.
And we were going through Jaime Zapata onto Zapata Highway. So Eric is going through the intersection, Code 3, and I see a car coming. He didn't stop, right? So I'm like, Eric, there's a car, and he just looked at me like, huh?
Ba-bang.
Right when he did that, boom, we got T-boned. And as we're like cruising it, like he was out of it. He got hit. He
Really?
Yeah, he was there. So he got hit, and they brought me into the office afterwards, and they said, Brian, we're gonna write you up and this and that, and they said, did you do everything possible to avoid the crash? And I was like,
I wasn't driving.
I wasn't driving, and 2, I'd said, Eric, there's a car, and they said, well, I'm sorry, we're still gonna, it's gonna be there. We're gonna write you up for that.
And
I was
let me guess,
suspended.
you didn't call the union for that one.
No, I didn't. I should have, huh?
Yes, of
What
course.
did you write under comments?
I didn't write anything. I was scared. I was
I could have given
2
you
or
a.
3 years in. I wasn't gonna write.
I gave a
anything.
master class on a similar situation. So we're at Station 9. I'm the captain.
Okay.
Right. My driver, now retired, Del Trevino.
Yeah.
He was an assistant driver, but he was usually my driver.
Of course.
And he's outside checking the truck. Okay. Cook's inside cooking. It's time for breakfast. I stuck my head out there. I just opened up the door to the bay. Del, it's time to eat. All right. I go back inside. Well, Del backs up the truck, but he didn't realize that we had a rookie that day, and he didn't close the one back door on the engine. And it opened up. So Del's backing up, and it caught on one of those metal or those posts,
Pillars,
Yeah.
and it just accordioned the whole door to the cab. It was ugly bad. So, he ended up getting next shift, I think it was. They called him in. They called me in. And they suspended both of us.
You?
Yes, and they called him in first, and then they called me in. Called me in? The hell? So I go in there, and it's people... Everybody that was there for the most part is retired now.
Okay.
Some were my good friends, and they said, "Well, Captain Niles, we're gonna have to suspend you." I go, "Really? What are you suspending me for?" "Well, because your driver's the one that." He goes, "If it makes it any easier for you to understand, let me just explain something to you. We had this happen prior, and it was a acting driver, an acting captain, and the acting driver was backing up the truck. The acting captain was backing him up. An acting district chief walked into the bay, and the acting captain went over to greet the acting district chief.
That was a lot of thespians.
Yes, it was.
Jesus, Shakespeare.
And he crashed the truck, same thing, screwed up the door, suspended all 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at him and I go, how in the hell do you think that asinine story makes me? That is the stupidest thing. And I literally said this, it's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. And the one who we know, who was the assistant fire chief at the time, is standing behind the other guy going, and the other one is laughing his ass off. And the one's getting really pissed at me. And I knew it. And I was like, I don't care. I said, you know what? Fine. Let me go ahead and write out what I want to write on there.
There you go.
And they go, do you want to make any comments before you sign it? I said, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to tell you, Del Trevino's a fucking asshole. The only time I ever got suspended my whole career, man. I was
And you didn't fight
pissed.
it? Did you
I was
fight it?
pissed.
Did you fight it?
No, I didn't fight it.
They got to follow procedure.
I went home and enjoyed my couple of hours off, and then went back. But it was fucking hilarious. It was hilarious.
crazy.
And the assistant fire chief was just like, oh my God. And he's
Greatest line.
trying not to laugh.
Greatest line I ever
I
got
can
was
imagine.
from an assistant fire chief that says, "We're not trying to hurt your career. We're just going to hurt your pocketbook." And I
Yeah.
said, I'm the only one that works in my household. I only have one income. You're not hurting my pocketbook. You're hurting everything.
Everybody's. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you. Some of the
Dave, I want to ask
most
if you ever got
ridiculous-
suspended, but I doubt that you ever did.
suspended, no.
Or
He just never
written
got
up?
caught.
No. Easy.
Captain Cat, that's the
He's
captain way.
absolutely right.
You take care of your guys.
Because I've been involved in so many wrecks,
Okay.
and I was never suspended. So it really is a matter of who's there that day or what.
Yeah.
Because I had a guy leave the turret up, no names,
Okay.
leave the deck gun
Yeah.
up after checking and flushing the pump. And I walked in. Are you okay? He had never driven that truck. You doing good? Okay. Went inside. I had a shit ton of reports to do. Station 5. He comes back in and didn't notice that the deck gun was up. And so he destroys the... I heard such a bang that the whole station... Because that was an old station and it was
Yeah.
being held together by
Ants and
termites
termites.
holding hands.
The
And
only thing holding it together is the bird shit.
so that thing made such a loud scandal that
Yeah.
I ran outside and the whole station was bent in and the deck gun was bent back, and so they didn't suspend me that day.
No?
I was working in overtime, an 8-hour overtime that day. That sucked
Yeah.
because I had to stay there for the risk and all that.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
that a couple of guys hitting bay doors and those guard
Posts.
posts.
Yeah.
And I've been involved in all
Remember
of that.
the-
I'd never been suspended.
Remember
though.
the guy, he just recently retired, but
Yeah.
he took out the entire pump with one of those pillars.
You better believe it. You better believe I remember it.
Turned that day. Well, in all fairness, that the intake was out maybe a couple of inches,
Sure.
and that was enough to
Take the whole thing.
to grab that cement pillar and just turn.
Yeah.
He literally turned the entire pump inside.
Absolutely. Yeah. I have a really cool story about you.
Okay.
If I can,
Of course.
indulge.
Yes.
So, when I was at Station 2, Vic was at Station 1. Then when I was at Station 5, Vic was Station 4. So we worked together quite a bit throughout the years.
Assistant driver, I get sent out.
Yeah, spotty, but consistent. So we worked a lot together. Go out there and goof around and play football. I've always had the utmost respect for Vic, but when it came to one night, there was this one particular night that we were working together that my respect for him just absolutely exploded to a level of that I don't have for a lot of guys in the department, and he is absolutely in that tier because. So let me paint the picture for you. We're there was this massive warehouse on the west side, close to Station 7, over behind Coles, I believe.
Yeah.
And that thing was just, I mean, it was lost.
Okay.
But afterwards, they call in crews to go take shifts, to go man aerial trucks, and just kind of let them do their thing. Well, it just so happens that Vic was driving for me that day, and I had a pipeman who was a rookie, which was Gilbert Maldonado.
Okay.
So I knew it was going to be a hard day. We had to eat real quick and whatnot, and I knew that we're probably going to go somewhere throughout the night and so on and so forth. So we take off, get to the scene, get our instructions, get our orders, and our orders were to man aerial truck number 1, which, lo and behold, that is his truck.
Yeah.
My primary truck.
That is his primary truck. So anyway, I just kind of like, as an officer, and I think the respect from an officer comes from humility. I think one of the biggest things an officer has to have, and I've always hated officers that think they know everything and then they fall flat on their face when they don't know everything.
Yeah.
So in that circumstance, I'm like, Vic, this is your baby.
Mm-hmm.
We will do exactly whatever you want us to do.
Yeah.
And you had that thing extended about 30, 40 feet up in the air, shooting downwards toward an area that was, and you had to, sweep and all these things. And so the wonderful thing about Vic was that he took my rookie, Gilbert, under his wing, basically. And we were there for God knows how long.
About 8, 9 hours.
9 hours. And he was teaching my rookie all along the way. Like the whole time he was giving him pointers, letting him go up there alone, letting him man the pump, letting him man the controls, letting him man this, then. But he was with him at all times, and I just want to let you know. I don't know if I've ever let you know, but that day, you just wow, and cheers to you because coming from a captain that went through a lot, I respect the shit out of you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I have the utmost respect for you.
What were you thinking at the time as far as like helping the rookie out, or is that something that you always do? Or
yeah, I tend to help whoever wants to listen, right? I'm not, and that's the first thing I tell them. You want to learn something, ask questions. Yeah. I'll teach you. I'll pass that down because when we came in, and he can attest to that. When we came in, it depended on what crew you were about, and who was your driver or who was your assistant, right? Because not everybody wanted to share information because they had that mentality that you're going to come and take my job. Yeah. And that's not the point. You know, the point is, you teach the guy next to you because if you're not there or you have to move on to do something else, at least he picks up the slack, right? So it's always been that, I've taught, a lot of guys and to me it's not something I can pat myself in the back for, but it's more of the guys are a reflection of me, right? And Leo is one of my closest friends, one of my best friends. Yep. Justin, De Leon, these guys, they went through me, and they're doing their thing in their own career, right? Like Albert Tamés also, right? When he was an assistant, I talked to him or whatever. I was an assistant for like 12 years, so these guys were younger, and then they moved up. Some of them surpassed me, right? Which is fine now, but it's if I held on to that, this guy took my job mentality, then I'd be a better person in this department, and I hate that. Yeah. I love going to work. I love waking up and going to work. The crew, you have your nuances, right? But you're gonna teach them. If the guy that wants to learn is gonna ask questions, and the guy that doesn't is gonna be off somewhere, playing games on their phones and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not really about do I like what? No, it just comes with the job. We're there to teach the guys that are coming up.
And the ultimate benefactor of all of this is the community, because, like you said, when we came in and you were driving a strange truck and your captain was an asshole, right? And you didn't know the district, right? And you get behind the truck and you're looking around and you're like, shit, where the hell am I going? And the captain was like,
yep, ain't gonna help you.
You wanted to be the assistant, so. Yep. And it wasn't a teamwork, and I've always been about, let's help each other out. If I can help you, or if you can help me, let's get it done together, because they are waiting for us.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of these captains, these old captains that
they're all gone.
They're all gone.
But we dealt with all of them. Yeah, that was horrible.
When I came in, my captain was 50 years old, right? So my job was to take care of him.
He was a young'un.
I was gonna say, what's wrong with that? That's not old.
Hey, he retired at 60.
Oh.
Yeah. But he's retired, so you take care of him, whatever. But anyways, so my job as a rookie, as a 21-year-old rookie, was to take care of him.
Did somebody ever take you under their wing? Like
yes.
Yes?
Some great drivers. Eddie Duarte was a great driver. He was the one that kind of springboarded me to learn a lot from La Maja.
My cousin.
So me and Henry... They call him the Maha, Henry Mendoza. He was one of the older guys, right? He had that, deep voice.
Oh, yeah. Crepos all.
So, Mr. Vic, we can talk about Mr. Vic. ¿Quieres pilotear? Tú pilotea. Like that was his demeanor, right? But at first, we just clashed, right? And to me, he would call me, pinche huerco pendejo, right? Piece of shit or whatever, right? And I would be like, hey, ya muérete, viejito, like, just whatever. Like, we'd go back and forth, right? And after about a couple months, he noticed that it was the captain that was putting us against each other. Okay. Right? Because he wanted us divided, because together, if we were against him, man, we'd bust his ass up, right?
Yeah.
But he had no control over La Maja, right? Because
nobody had control over La Maja.
Like uncontrollable. But at least you can tame the guy, right? And for me, it was, okay, teach me something. You know, teach me.
There it is.
What
There's
you know.
that wedge.
And that is
Yep.
how I.
Yeah.
And he was a driver for a long ass time.
That is how I do it. Tell me what you know.
Yep.
And I said, I'm not taking your job, but it'll make me better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how you bridge that gap. And,
Yeah.
you know, till the day that he left us,
Yep.
you know, we got along. You know, I cried when he
Oh yeah.
passed away, you know,
Yeah.
because we became friends.
Yeah.
You know?
And
so,
Henry has this status of being one of the greatest drivers in the fire department in all history. Why?
Yeah.
Because you ask the old veterans, and they all point to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
La Maja, Neto Rodriguez
Neto.
Jr. You know, guys like that just they you know, they have this Amway gold status.
Yeah, but Neto had this character that would let you burn.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
yes.
He would let
Oh,
you
yeah.
Yes.
let you get your hands burnt
Yes.
until he can say, okay, now you need my help.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good
He
point.
wants you to try it yourself
I
first.
worked with Neto for a long time.
Me too.
And he was exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, he would be like, "Are you through?" And then save your ass.
So I there's a story. I have a Neto story. I was working as a pipe man. I wasn't an assistant yet, and we go to this call, and there was a rookie. I don't remember who the rookie was, but he was at Station 8, and we were at Station 9. And I was like, and Neto goes, no, let him do it. And I said, wait a minute, he's doing it.
Let him do it.
And that was the thing. Maha would do the same thing. No.
Yep. Yep.
Let him
He's
do
learning.
It. Right? Let him do it.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you see this kid like bumble with it. Or you would see like what funny is when you would see another driver or assistant driver and they would screw it up and I was like no.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
He's on engine 5. You let him
When I
And I
first
would sit there being like, oh,
Yeah.
he's doing it so wrong. This is gonna go so wrong. He's like,
Oh my God.
I imagine the guy at the front, right, that's supposed to do the lights and stuff and on the Titanic, and he knows it's gonna hit the iceberg.
He's like, no,
telling
no.
him to turn right. And he doesn't. That's the guy's like, turn right.
No, it'll be all right, it'll be all
Let
right.
it hit the iceberg.
Turn off the flashlights.
What was that?
That was my phone.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
When I first came in, Neto was the driver at my first station, and Polo Ramon was the captain.
Oh, I love Polo.
And we had a certain relationship then because they were snakes. Bad.
The snake pit.
Bad. It was
Snakes
the snake
and
pit.
sharks. We
It was
are
the
a
snake pit.
department of snakes and sharks.
And then later in my career, I worked with Neto where I was the captain and he came and
Yep.
drove for me for a while.
Yep.
And we had some fucked up adventures.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And we talk about them every time we get together. I mean, some crazy ass shit we did. Risks that we took
Yep.
on some of these huge grass fires and stuff. But man, did we have a hell of a time.
That's
it was
one thing
amazing.
I don't miss about Station 9. The
It was,
grass fire.
yeah. Well, no, but now we have the county.
No.
Thank you, county.
Yeah.
So all this talk about the fire department, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that we would be, the fire department is hiring
Yeah.
for on March 15th to the 17th. The applications are going to be available, and until then, from the 6th to the 10th. What's today? The 9th. Tomorrow's the 10th. The 8th. Okay, through Friday.
Sure.
From 5 to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tonight they had it at Cigaroa Rec Center. Tomorrow, Thursday, they have it at Haynes Rec Center, and Friday they have it at Hillside Rec Center. It's an informational session. Thank you. Oh, we had one of these left. To tell you everything you need to know to be able to sign up. But you know what they're doing different this year, which I think is freaking brilliant, is and on these informational sessions, they're getting, last night, I think they had 90 people show up.
Really?
Yeah, they're expecting between 2,000 and 4,000 people.
This is a
But-
job that's like,
Oh yeah, it's highly coveted. People want this. But they are having them register, and they have to do the run
Yep.
in a certain time period before they can take the test.
Okay, are they going to do it again later?
No, this is the run.
So
That was
The
saying-
rest of it, the rest of it is the rest of it.
They'll get disqualified.
Yeah, they can
but
get
what I'm
disqualified
saying
right
is
now.
If they do the run now, they pass it, and then later on they have to do the run again.
No,
No.
Oh wow.
No,
That's
this
a-
is just to take. Yeah, this will
get 'em
count for
out of the way
it. Get it out
now.
of. But they're doing this
Man.
because the damn entrance exams are so expensive.
Yep.
They'll have a good. They'll know, and it's going to weed a lot of people out. They're going to realize, well, maybe this isn't for me.
Is it just the run, or is it the whole obstacle
No,
course?
no, just the run.
Okay.
And they have a guy coming that does like marathons. Everybody gets a little RFID chip.
Okay.
And it gets registered, and it clocks them as they go past that point. So everything is all. Nobody
the up and
can.
up.
Mile
Yeah,
and a
everything's
half,
on the
right?
up.
Mile and a half in like 13 minutes or something like
Is it
that.
14 maybe?
It's 14
I
minutes.
think it's 14 minutes.
A mile and a half.
Mile and a half and 14 minutes.
It's not unreasonable, but
No, it's not.
if
It's
you're
not.
severely out,
Yeah,
then yeah, you're
and this is going to let a lot of people know, hey, maybe this
It's not
isn't.
for
Yeah,
right.
maybe this is because
Exactly.
you ain't going to cradle a hose if you can't do the mile and a half in 14
You're
minutes.
absolutely right.
So yeah,
Well, I mean,
but anyways,
when you think about it, this department has gotten, there's a lot of skinny guys, but you want that burly guy with you.
You do.
oh yeah,
You
of
do.
course.
You want
Yeah.
that, big guy, because
You do.
that guy's gonna like,
Save your ass.
bring you out when you
better
need
believe
it
Yes,
out.
that's the guy that's going to
Luckily,
pick a
we haven't
pickup
had
truck off
that
you.
situation, but
Yeah.
But then everybody asks, who's gonna bring that guy out?
Yeah.
We'll bring
Well,
in the
no,
next
he's
burly guy.
he's staying in there.
Real
He knows that going in.
You're listening to the Did They Really Just Say That podcast with Chris, Dave, and Vic. Having a good old time?
Yes, I love
I'm
it.
not here, Dave.
Chris, Dave, and Vic.
And be
And
white.
Brian. Oh, he's pushing him out of frame. Just don't bump the lights.
Brian.
Chris, Dave, Vic, and Brian. I'm sorry.
And the dead cat stories.
Jesus. I don't know if you want to do the
I will. But first, I want to say, so the show didn't play on Go Live Vegas last week.
Oh, no.
No, because
Breezy?
Aaron was at a convention,
Yep.
and
Bar
he
mitzvah.
got it back late, and he had totally forgot about it. But he's sending me pictures with Vin Diesel and.
I'm glad you had a great time.
Gee.
Yeah, right.
Thanks.
The whole he said the
tell him about the
he said the
podcast?
cast from Fast and Furious was there. He sent me
Noise.
pictures of him with.
Did he become part of the family?
Do you remember Sergeant Slaughter,
Yes.
the wrestler? He's got Sergeant Slaughter's got him in a
Benji
headlock. And which one of the Dukes had the black hair? Bo or Luke?
Bo.
Bo. Bo
Okay.
Duke was there, and he also had him in a headlock for some reason. But I had to ask him.
Benji Mota looks
I had to
like
ask him
Sergeant
who it
Slaughter.
was. I couldn't even. I didn't even recognize him.
Did he not know that we had Breezy on?
Come
Well,
on.
I know. So it didn't, but it is on our website.
Right now they're slumming it with Vic. Having Breezy won that was like Grammy-nominated stuff right there.
Oh, my
So
God.
remember, every week, normally, except for last week, you can catch the Did They Really Just Say That podcast on the free internet radio Go Live Vegas app that you can download from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. And you can also catch it at the same, that's at 6 p.m. Vegas time, 8 p.m. Central. Quit pulling the hairs out of his leg. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also find it at the same time on our website, which is www.didtheyreallyjustsaythat.com, as well as on Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, and freaking everywhere else you can possibly think of where they have
I
podcasts.
have a great time listening to your guys.
Yeah? I'm
glad. I'm glad.
I like it. And my wife just
And we like you.
and she hears me laughing my ass off, right? And just,
I'm sure there's a lot of times, because I've heard this from other guys, that they're like, no, idiots, you're wrong.
They're banging the table.
Yes, that's not the
Or
actor.
we can't think of an actor or something. And yeah.
I mean,
All the
I
time.
can call in correct, right? But I'm not gonna do that. You know?
I'd like to call in now.
And if you like the show, you can go on our same website. You can click the support the show link, and you can either become a monthly Patreon and contribute once a month a small amount, earns you a shot at being a guest on the show, shout out on the show, or you get early access to the show, which is where you can get also only place you can get it is the pre-show. That doesn't play anywhere else. Thank you, Ricky Hurd. I think he's the only one that listens to it. If any of our other patrons listen to the pre-show, please let us know. On the website, you can
have to listen to the pre-show.
you were on it today. You can click on the little microphone on the bottom right-hand side of the website, and you can leave us a nasty message if you want to tell us off or tell us what mistakes we made or anything like that. And remember, we have been drinking, so we do tend to make mistakes.
Me, probably.
Roku?
Somebody's.
And we also have a Roku channel now.
Oh, really?
Go Live Vegas has a Roku channel. You download that Roku channel to your Roku channel lineup. I'm not sure how that works. And you can find the Go Live Vegas videos because we're also in video, now in high definition.
Now in high def.
Now in high
You
definition.
can see the
Roku
hair on
TV.
Brian's
Thank you.
legs.
You can see that bald spot where you pulled the hair out of his leg.
You pulled
You
it
know-
and
you
his
know-
hairline just receded.
You're the Gorilla Tape is still over here. Your roll of Gorilla Tape is on the fridge.
Oh.
Slap a little bit of that on his thigh.
I did that once.
Did you really?
Remember around your wrist or something?
Were
Did
you that drunk? You don't
Yeah.
remember?
Probably not. I guess it doesn't take much.
You were really.
Did it come
in
out
pain
like
that
cat
day.
hair?
Yeah.
This is the last of the Ricky Herd Thai beer.
Thai beer.
Oh.
Singa. Singa.
You get it at Specs or?
Can I?
No, he bought it in Houston.
Yeah.
Is there levels of don't do that? Because you said Singa, but I was about to go Singa.
No.
Is
I like that.
Can I not do
I like.
that?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay
Okay,
with it.
thank
I'm
you.
okay with it.
There's
As long as my
a podcast.
daughter, as long as
You
my,
guys said everything was no
as long as my,
hold bar, right?
as long as my daughter doesn't make me feel bad again.
No, I know. Now I'm very self conscious about how far I take an accent.
We have to be careful.
Yeah.
But well, we
Yeah.
still we
Movement,
can do
bro.
the celebrity accents. That's
Oh.
still fun.
Okay.
That was
You
like
know.
a Miyagi. That was Miyagi.
That was
Okay, fine,
Miyagi.
Perfect.
Yes,
perfect.
Miyagi.
There you go.
Yeah. Pat Morita. Pat
Morita.
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 Seinfeld 4.
Seinfeld for
Yeah.
Singa. You
I
want
thought
Singa?
I thought he died. He didn't die.
No. He still
I thought he
alive.
died.
He still does voice.
Yeah.
You know, he did
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my gosh! How about that?
Where are the hydrants in downtown? I have no clue. But the guy, the guy from Seinfeld does
You better believe
voiceovers.
it. Don't even, man. I tell you, when it comes to Seinfeld trivia,
Yeah.
watch out.
I don't think
Yes,
I don't think there's
yes.
anything we don't
It's
know.
the best, Jerry.
The best, Jerry.
One of the guys actually made a reference to it. Matt, he showed his age. I was working a cambio, an exchange last, what was it, Tuesday?
Uh-huh.
And he made it, and I was like, damn, bro, like, you just showed your age. You're
Because
35.
he knew Seinfeld.
Yeah.
We were
Like,
we
he
were
said that
taking
'cause-
paramedic when
but he said-
Seinfeld was on the air.
But he said that.
were.
He said, because it's the best, Jerry, the best. And I was like,
Wow.
That's why we need
That's
to have him on the show.
surprising. Dude, I work for a private ambulance, right? And I say the majority of the people there, the workers, I say people, right? They're all, say the oldest guy probably like 37, right? And I walked in there and I was, the first week I was there, I was like, God damn, I work in a fucking daycare. You know what I mean? Like,
37. You're the old man.
There's a kid there that was, you know, he was 19 years old. And,
Yeah.
and they partnered me up with him, and the guy's talking about having his little problems. And I was like, dude, like, you don't pay bills. How
Should've told him.
big can your problems be?
Your problems don't
Like,
start till
oh.
after your quinceañera, buddy.
Like, oh my God, like, I swear. Like,
You be
just-
careful because you're going to start with those stories about being barefoot, walking 10
No,
miles in the
and
snow.
that's the
Uphill
thing.
both ways.
It's funny
Both
because
ways.
I still have some of the guys call me Mr. Torres. Like, dude, is my
Mr.
father
Torres.
in this
I
office?
know that's what
Like,
I always
oh,
say.
Wow.
Mr. Niles. Mr. Niles.
Mr. Torres.
Dad?
Senor
The only,
Torres.
I hate being called sir, right? And the only person that I'll let me call me sir is my daughter's boyfriend.
Oh.
Andale, there you go. There you go.
He's a great guy. Juanpi is a great guy, but
Yeah.
you know, and his dad is a great person. I met him too. He's, you know, great family, and I met his mom also, super nice. But when he called me sir, my wife turns and looks at me and she's like, "You're not gonna tell me not to call you sir." I said, "Fuck no,
Not this
guy,
time.
he better call
I
me sir."
heard that one. So speaking of that, I think it's only right we do a Pablo update.
Yes.
Because we did speak
Pablo.
about everything that was going on. Pablo's doing great.
Yep.
I went up
job,
and I got
Pablo.
to meet him this past weekend and his family in Katy, Texas. They were wonderful. He's a really good guy. His parents are amazing. We had amazing food and everything, but health-wise, Pablo was doing really, really well.
That's
in
good.
fact, they're on spring break right now, and they're heading back to Baylor on Sunday.
Good to know,
Sunday.
Pablo. Good to know.
That's good.
Cheers!
to
Cheers to
know.
Pablo's
Cheers
health.
to Pablo.
Cheers to Pablo's health.
Cheers to Pablo from Colombia.
Colombian Pablo.
Colombian Pablo.
Our favorite. Is there a better Pablo?
Is there a better Pablo than Colombian Pablo?
You know,
No,
you
there's
know.
not.
His mom brought up the fact that someone had mentioned that before, and the Colombian people in general aren't very fond of
That Pablo.
that Pablo.
What?
Yes.
He did so much for the
No,
community.
no, they don't. They don't.
It was all
They do not.
folklore.
It's
And
subjective.
I'm saying this from someone that grew up in Colombia.
You did?
Not me.
Funny
okay,
story.
my
I
bad.
have
His
a-
mom told me about all this
My
stuff.
sister-in-law lives
Yikes.
in, my wife's older sister lives in Louisiana, in Bossier City, right? and it's right next to Shreveport. And my nephew went from being here in school and then to San Antonio. My brother-in-law works for the Schlumberger or the oil companies or whatever. So he ended up there in Boise City. This kid ends up in high school, right? In this first high school as a freshman. And his name is Devin, right? And everybody started calling him Pablo. So everybody calls him Pablo.
Because he's Hispanic.
Brown.
And he comes from Laredo, Texas.
Yeah.
And Laredo is synonymous with...
Are you shitting me?
How is Laredo synonymous with Pablo Escobar?
With the cartels. Because everything's cartel related. You saw the show.
Yeah. Damn.
But no, it's funny, man. Everybody calls him Pablo. And I've heard one of his friends call him Pablo. I turned to like, why the fuck do they call you Pablo?
So that almost sounds like a derogatory term. Like, you know,
but
hey,
he runs with it, right?
Yeah.
Like he does
Yeah,
fishing.
why
He
not?
does all every excuse my language, every redneck thing out there in Louisiana.
Hey, I am not a... How do you... I am not a redneck. I'm
a
from the
gringo.
north.
He's a gringo. Okay,
I'm a
he's a
Yankee.
gringo.
Yankee.
Well, he does everything in the
Give me a
South.
damn beer. Who's got an empty beer bottle?
wow. So.
But my Pablo's a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, my Pablo too.
All right.
So I didn't know this. I didn't know that we had our own derogatory,
Yeah.
as Hispanics had our own derogatory
Oh, yeah.
names.
Yeah.
Pablo, what else?
I get this a lot. Like,
Who's the tunnel digger?
I don't
El
speak-
Chapo.
Chapo.
I don't speak Taco Bell.
What
I speak
the
Spanish.
hell?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
I don't speak Taco
Why were you
Bell.
telling him that?
That's hilarious.
I never said that.
Because he does speak it.
I don't like Taco
He
Bell.
doesn't speak Taco Palenque.
So
¿Qué es su problema, pendejo?
¿Qué le huele, man? ¿Qué le
¿Qué le
huele?
huele, señora? Pues
¿Dónde
nada.
está casa de Pepe?
Do white people do ethnic people call white people standard names?
Well, now it's what? Kevin and Karen?
Karen.
Well, that's not
Right.
just white people. That's someone with that attitude in
Anybody,
general.
yeah.
Oh, so you can be like a Hispanic Karen? Or,
Oh, hell yeah.
oh, okay.
Karina?
Karina.
Karina.
Consuelo.
Pinche Karina.
How do you say Kevin in Spanish?
No hagas
Kevin?
escándalo.
Kevin.
Kevin?
Kevin.
Kevin.
I think we're just making that. That's like me saying, get in the El Truco, Kevin.
Wow.
El Ambulancio.
El Ambulancio.
Speaking of,
All right.
Ambulances?
I think we should move on
All right.
to
Okay.
Oh.
A
your
segment?
segment.
Oh, the Brian White segment.
Because he had a big one today.
Yeah.
Before he came?
That's what she said. Not to me, of course. But, you know.
Should we do
What's
that?
up, Brian Zaz? What's up, Brian Zaz?
Wow.
What's up, Brian Zaz?
It's got a nice ring to it. What is up, Brian's ass?
Wow, I can't finish that.
What's up, Brian's ass?
Brian, what's up your ass?
All right. So, had a nice day today, right?
nice.
Finished work, got out of work. The
At
kids,
5.
The kids don't have any practice or anything,
Nice.
right?
Okay.
So my wife was like, "We don't got anything today." So I said, "You know what? Let's go downtown." Or my wife brought it up. Yeah, fuck yeah, we'll go downtown.
She did not say the F word.
No, she did.
You did.
I did. Oh, I said, "Fuck yeah." It's
downtown.
She doesn't curse.
Downtown.
Downtown.
George, it's
The old
downtown
Petula Clark song.
where everything's happening.
Yes.
Downtown.
That also comes out in a short ticket too.
Oh,
Short circuit.
We're talking about
That's
Seinfeld.
probably
It's a
the only-
Seinfeld reference.
Whatever. I'll watch it one of these days.
Okay.
So I'm like, fuck it, we'll go downtown. Yeah, sure. So we go downtown looking for my son. He wanted a Barcelona jersey, right? So we'd been looking online. We couldn't find one. He saw one and he wanted it. He's 6. He's 5. So we went downtown. We went to a couple little stores in there that like Zorba and those places. And we were looking and I was completely fine. We went in there. I was calm. My wife was looking around, right? We go to a couple places and then we go to the Nike store in the outlets.
Yep.
So we go in there looking for a jersey, right? We're going to go in there looking for the jersey. We already know because he tried it on. When he put it on, it was too big,
Too big.
right? So we were going to go see if they had a smaller size. If not, we're going to put it on him. Do we get it for him? I don't know. Maybe it's too big. So anyway, we get in the store. I go straight to the spot. I find the shirt. I put it on him. It's a little bit too big, and I look around for my wife. Can't find her. She's missing. So I'm there. The Nike store is 2 floors, right? So I'm looking. I don't find her. I walk all the way down. I don't find her. Fuck it. I go down the stairs. Maybe she's downstairs. So I go down the stairs. look
We're really
everywhere.
close to the border.
Yes. Well, I wasn't worried about that. So I go downstairs.
Oh my God!
They've been doing me a favor.
No, babe, I love you. So I go downstairs. I'm looking everywhere for her. Can't find her. So I'm like, okay, she's not down here. Let me go upstairs. I went upstairs. Finally found her.
What
Took
did
me-
you want?
She had to check to see if it was the right size or whatever. But she does this all the time. This is my point. We go into a store. It could be anywhere. Mostly it happens at HEB. If we
Separate?
Deviate.
deviate, I have no idea where she is, and it's I couldn't find her, and finally I found her, and I was like, where I was here the whole time, and I was like, you were right, like we walked together to the place, and then she just disappeared.
It happens. It happens.
Right, so it pissed me off so bad. I was so mad,
So bad.
So bad?
We went to like 4 stores after that.
And you were sulking.
And you're
was in
just
a-
like grinding your teeth.
Sulking,
Yeah.
right? It's just a mix of both of those. And at one point, she was like,
I wonder how many times your wife got lost as a child at Walmart.
I know, just going her own way.
The mom coming up, hey, La niña.
Yeah. Monica.
I'm pretty old.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
All right.
All right. What?
Hey, sweetie, where you at?
Okay. No.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll be right there.
Completely agree. So the shorts I was wearing didn't have pockets, so I gave her my phone.
Oh, that sounds like your fault.
All right. That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
So we're walking around and yes. So we're walking around. She's like, Brian, what's wrong with you? And I was like,
what's up your ass?
What's up, Brian's ass?
so I'm like, babe, I'm not mad.
Apparently,
What?
Brian's up, Brian.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was her.
Oh.
So I'm like, babe, I'm not mad, but I got a little aggravated that you weren't. And she was like, well, I just came right here, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But I was looking everywhere for you, and I couldn't find you.
Yep.
And she was just like, basically like,
Yeah, whatever.
not a big deal. Yeah. So
I'm sorry, Brian, but
okay, that's fine. I'll lose one.
I
is
wish we
not,
could watch and commentate like we had the mics and everything. Okay,
Yeah.
there's Brian. He's going downstairs. He does not look
Yeah.
happy.
If he only knew she was right behind him, he did not look that
He
way.
looked
The
to
whole
the right.
time.
She was right there on the right.
in my sitcom brain,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You're gonna go downstairs and she's sitting on a chair and she has her and there's this really handsome guy
Putting a shoe on her.
Yeah.
and you're like,
I knew it.
All you had to do was sit there and tell me this shirt was too big.
You know, in your
he's
defense,
from Colombia.
in your defense,
Wait. My question
Follow.
is, did you buy the shirt?
We bought it. We ended up
There
buying
you go.
it. So I brought her back upstairs. We tried it on. I was like, it's too big.
Oh, wait. So you found her downstairs?
No, I found her back upstairs where I was. She
Oh,
was
okay.
right behind me, but I didn't see her.
Oh,
What's funny is that she probably saw you. You didn't see her. She was behind
know.
you. And you walked, and she saw you walk away like a... What the hell is this guy doing?
In
And
my-
I was like, should I tell him I'm here? No.
let's say it right. No.
Yes!
She pulled a maha. She pulled a maha.
No.
Perfect.
let him
Don't call
stew.
him. She was telling my daughter,
He's-
don't say that. Don't.
He's rolling.
Yeah.
Let him roll.
All right.
See how far you can get.
In your defense, I used to have this almost the same issue. I used to get upset. We'd be at HEB. I'd turn around and my
All
wife
the
was
time.
gone.
And then you can't find her?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be able to find her. It would take a long time, and it was aggravating.
Yes.
But now that I'm older, I just got to the point where, all right, I just keep on shopping.
Okay.
She'll find me eventually.
I'm not there yet.
See each other at home.
We're in a small building. Yes, we're in a small building.
Uber.
And I'm always confident in the fact that I've got the keys in my
Yeah,
pocket.
yeah.
So she's going to have to find me eventually.
Yeah.
So I just keep shopping.
And that's fair.
I lost today or
That's
what?
fair. You
Yeah,
did.
I would
lost
trust
it.
that.
I'm going to give that
person.
one to your wife.
relinquished
I'll
your
give that one to your
phone.
I
wife.
was like on a 3. I was on a 3.
You know what's
street.
funny is that you were like holding that whole time that you were here.
Yeah.
Right? You're on the way here.
Yeah.
That what was it like 2 hours, right?
Angry.
Yeah.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Really?
And
I
that
can
was
just
all-
see him
and
in
that
the
was
next
all you.
store.
Yes.
Right, right?
Yes.
He's just going through it in his head over and
Oh
over.
my God.
That's like one of those PTSD moments. Like,
Yeah.
just leave me alone.
Yes.
I know I fucked up.
No, at one point she was like, Brian, calm down. And I was like, sweetie, I haven't said anything to you. Yes, I'm sulking, but I haven't said I haven't said anything to you. Like, don't get mad at me. I'm not mad.
It's like, how do you know? How do you know I'm mad? Because the saliva's coming down.
I'd just like to point out that he still cannot let it go.
No.
Hey, you need to pull an Elsa, baby.
True.
Let it go. Let it go.
a kingdom of isolation, and it looks like you're the queen.
How long, okay, my question is, how long have you been married?
There you go. That's where I was going.
Okay, I've been married for 14 years this year.
Okay.
We've been together since 1999.
No,
since you
that
came to the
doesn't
fire
count.
department. Okay, that's fine.
That doesn't count. You've been
Since
together
2009.
2009?
I met her as
Oh.
a freshman, right before freshman year, 1999.
Freshman year of high school?
Yes, sir.
Damn, bro.
It's been a while.
What were you?
What do you mean?
What were you when you met her? Or you were both freshmen?
We were
you're
both
the
going
same-
into freshman. It was
So
the
you're both
summer.
the same
I was
age.
He was a
Still
small
playing
I was
goat.
playing baseball, Del Mar. I was in the All Stars or we're in the playoffs or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And she went to a game.
We're the only ones that heard that.
Yeah,
What'd
I
you
know.
say?
What happened?
Okay.
Nothing.
Fuckers.
Just keep on. Continue.
Old farts.
It'll come out later.
Yeah, she went to a game for her friend. Her friend went to go watch the guy play on the opposite team.
Oh.
And then,
And did you win? You won the game.
of course, we won. And then afterwards, she was like, "Oh," she told one of her friends, "Oh, he introduced me to that guy. Oh, this is Brian or whatever." And that was it. That was the end of it.
Oh, nice.
That was the end of it.
That was the end of it.
Not the beginning.
24 years
Well,
later.
that was the beginning of...
That was the beginning
of...
of the end for her.
That was the beginning of the. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
We should stop there.
You gotta word it correctly.
I
so-
love you, babe. Okay, the other day she makes these fucking amazing.
Oh, there's more than one.
Amazing flautas, and she puts cream cheese, celery,
Cream cheese.
Herdez.
That's
the
a
green
white man
salsa.
taco.
Yes, and it's like suizas almost.
Yeah.
Oh, I love sweet sauce.
Jesus Christ! I almost like came all over myself eating it.
Wasn't expecting
And
them
the
to go
flautas
there,
too.
but wow.
Okay, I got one for flautas. My wife makes, when she makes flautas, she makes a chicken guisado.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
And one time, you know, she made it, and I was like, damn, man, baby, like, it's like the best flautas you ever made. She goes, I made this for you when we first got married. And I don't know if I was mad or what. And
was one of
apparently, I told her, I don't like it. Right? But it's
Damn.
so delicious just to eat the guisado by itself with the rice, right? And then I was like, dude, was I a fucking idiot back then? That I told her I didn't like it? Did I say it just to mess with her? Best thing in the world.
You didn't recall.
No, I didn't remember.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So I don't know if
she
she
did.
I don't know if she made it up, right? But either way,
But you
I
won't
would
know
be
anyways.
Either way, I'll chalk that up to a loss, right? I'm a fucking idiot if I did tell her like, oh, I
Right.
didn't like it because it's. Oof.
Oh
Look at
my
me, bro.
God.
Like,
Wow. That's
a
fantastic.
great cook. What are
And
you
that's
talking
what I
about?
wanted to, because you have 4 kids.
Yes.
Oh,
I have 3.
2, 5.
Five
Yeah, you
kids,
beat me on that one.
So, do you have any advice for? Because you said 4 was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Get
and
cable
my
TV.
advice to
Amount.
people is
yeah.
stop at 4.
Yeah. 4?
Get no, it's
You
I
want
always-
a big
yes.
family? Stop at 4.
get cable TV before it's too late.
That's where you get Skinamax. What are you talking
Cinema X.
about? It wasn't even that. My dad said that. But I'm gonna buy you a TV. But it's not the TV, Dad. It's a DVD player. That's attached to it.
It's the internet.
No, in all fairness, I had my 3 daughters, and my wife says, "I'll give you a chance for one more, right? To have your boy, because you know every man wants their covenant son, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I had him, right? And he's a great kid. His name's Adam, and 15 years old now. I actually stopped working the second job so I can take care of him and Isabella. So when those 6 months actually set the tone for our life, because man, he's not a mama's boy; he's a daddy's boy.
Yeah.
You know? Still gives me kisses, still gives me hugs
Oh.
Yeah.
after every game. Of course, he goes to his girlfriend first,
Well,
and then
yeah.
he comes over here. But anyways, and when and then we had that whoops, right?
Right. Right.
And I said, you know what? Whatever baby comes out, boy or girl, whatever, it's gonna be either Victor or Victoria, and he came out Victor.
Nice.
So life would be different, but I wouldn't change it. And everybody says, "Oh, 5 kids is a lot," but we manage. And
Yeah.
we separate.
You make it happen.
Yeah.
And now that my daughters drive, it helped a lot. And hopefully Bella starts driving, and then Adam starts driving, and Little by little, he's 13. My youngest is 13, so we'll be empty nesters in about 5 years.
Sure.
'Cause that kid's going to college.
Yeah.
Yeah. The youngest one.
Yeah, he's going to Monsters University.
Monsters University. I like that.
I got a funny story real quick.
There's no time limit. Please take your time.
One time, my kid was playing Little League or whatever. I forgot whatever it was. So we were playing the Yankees. I think it was. It was the Yankees. And the coach from the opposite team is just on it. Everything. Oh, no, I told you to put your hands up like this. And, oh, you got to get to where you got to get it out. It's just yelling at my wife like, Brian, who is that coach over there? He's so... Yeah, he's all over the kids, and I'm like, babe, that's firefighter.
Oh my God,
that's my friend. That's Vic. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. No, but
Wow.
you need a coach like that because our coach was a little bit passive, and he wasn't, didn't hold him accountable for things, and my son never grew in that time. But that team that we were playing, goddamn, they were on it, and that was because of Coach Vic over there.
No.
Never.
That's funny. When you
Your
say
coach
it, like,
never pushed him in the chest with a bat.
It made me wonder. It was like, is that he's talking about me?
Wow.
Holy shit, he's talking about me.
There you go.
Cheers to another. Vic, you're like a Swiss Army knife.
The game of baseball has been a part of my life. Comes deeply rooted in my family, bro. Like, my grandfather and his brothers played professionally in the Mexican leagues. And, so my dad played, but he came to the United States, work or whatever.
Yep.
But he instilled that into me, right? Like, play the sport of your family. Play the sport of your family. And,
Correct.
And out of all the kids in my generation, I'm the only one that continued to play to the point where now I coach, right?
Sure.
My own kid. I coach. I even coached Leo Garcia when he was 15 with his dad.
Damn.
And I was the same guy because I told people, I was like, dude, this is the way I grew up.
Wait, you coached Leo?
Yeah, I coached Leo.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've known Leo since he was like 8 years old, 9 years old.
Wow.
Leo Garcia is the older brother of my daughters. He would pick them up when I didn't have a chance to go pick them up. He would, this kid is just very selfless.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes, he is.
He's extreme. And as an adult, he's even more selfless.
Yep.
Except now he does it in a thong.
No, of course. It's crazy.
On camera.
My son, I bought him the first shirts that he made.
We have him.
Right? So I bought one for Adam. And of course, my wife tells Adam, "You're not supposed to wear that at school." And this motherfucker pulls it. Takes it to school with a button shirt, and then as soon as he gets inside,
Whoa, there it is.
and everybody's telling him, like, "What's that?" And the fat guy is
That's
like,
Leo.
"Oh, this is my dad's best friend."
Here he is on an eagle. Here he is on a nuclear submarine.
Here's on a whale. Here's on a fire truck.
He's one of those guys that you get into some shit at a bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've been there.
Yep.
And I've gone to go play softball in Baltimore. I've gone with these guys or whatever, and everybody gravitates to our group.
Yep.
Right. Laredo is synonymous with you're gonna have a good time, but fuck with the guys, which like Leo kind of set that in at Baltimore in front of a bunch of other firefighters. You fuck with Laredo, you're gonna catch some shit, right? And you even had guys with like this awesome demeanor, like Joey Castillo, stepping up to everybody, and Benji Mota.
Yep.
You had these guys who are like, okay, now you fuck with the wrong guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So it happened again. We went to Baltimore a couple of years back, and it was my first time being there. And of course, you had this troublemaking team that was like synonymous with troublemaking until they hit that rock wall called Laredo Fire Department, baby. They hit us, and oh man, I got to push one guy because he was in one of our other guys' face, and the guy was like jumping. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? oh, like doing that whole thing. I was like, dude, just quit your shit. You know what I mean? Like, so in all fairness, Leo gravitates both positive and negative, right? Energy, but for the most part, it's all positive.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like it, and I tell him, dude, just keep being who you are.
Yeah. And it's funny because you say that. I didn't even know Leo when I hated him, I didn't even know him, and I started hating him. And I told this story before, where we were set to play Central in a game of flag football, Station 5 versus Central, and then word comes down the pipe. I'd never even met Leo, and since I was a quarterback of Station 5, I heard that he was saying that we're gonna have to bring oxygen onto the field, and shit like that. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah. And then when
you didn't throw the Uncle Rico,
Yeah, exactly.
over that mountain.
When I finally met him, oh my God!
Yeah, he's just lovable.
We just love him.
Next thing you know, you're saying he tasted like salted caramel. Dude, I know. I don't understand where that came from.
I know.
We were at a funny story. We were at a convention.
does.
We were at a convention, a firefighters union convention, right, with the state convention in Rockwall, Texas. And this guy
That sounds as white as
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
Welcome to Rockwall.
Wow.
This guy
Bing.
grabs a random guy and kisses him. Like, fucking flat out kisses him in the forehead. And rubs that fucking bald head, right? He was a vice president for the state.
Oh,
the state union.
hello.
Are you shitting
And how did that go over?
And the guy loved it.
Yeah.
I really love that kiss. And Leo's like, did I kiss him? That's the guy you kissed yesterday. Why the fuck did you stop me? I was too late. I was too late. I have a bunch of Leo stories, but most of the time it's I try to take care of him, and he, you know what, he has a story where I passed out on the benches there in Baltimore, and he went and got me, and
Wow.
then like a true friend went looking for me.
Sure.
Like, where the hell's Vic?
Yep.
And Vic is doing the starfish stretch and the bleachers and softball. And then he was the one that went and got me and put me in the the minivan.
We're gonna have him back on the show, and Evan.
Oh, Evan, man.
Evan from the Valley. Evan wrote a song for us. I have it
yeah.
on the soundboard. He did all those stickers for us.
Yes.
He's a great guy.
Evan, man, he's the president of the Harlingen Association.
Harlingen
As you guys know-
Association,
as you
yeah.
guys know, he is another one of those guys, a salt of the earth. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
Yeah.
He gravitated to us. Me, Charlie Lozano, the union president.
Of course.
Leo and myself, like, he just gravitated to us, and he's our brother.
Yeah, I've spoke to him on the phone, and he's going to come on the show next time he comes up to Laredo.
And when they did the video, they actually did a video. I was supposed to, like, be in it,
Yep.
and I ended up working for Ricky Hurd.
Thanks, Ricky.
It all circles back to Ricky
The
Hurd.
circle
And
of
it's not
life.
like I could have said, "Hey, Ricky, I can't do it for you." That guy was like meeting his in-laws somewhere, and
No.
yeah. So
The only issue I ever had with Leo, I love all his videos and everything. The only one that ever got to me was when they did they were going to draw the teams are drawing the players for or their order they were going to pick for the fantasy league, and they had that was too much, man. I'm sorry.
you know what's funny is I told my wife, "Hey, Leo asked me to go.
Don't do it.
To go to his house. They're gonna do it around 3:00." She's like, "Was you gonna go?" Yeah, I want to go. Started cleaning my pool. Got busy, man. He goes, "Hey, it's 2:30. Aren't you gonna go to Leo's?" I don't know. I'm tired. I've been cleaning the pool, whatever. And she's like, "Well, let's just grill here." Oh, okay, let's just grill here. And then she sees it's a goddamn good thing you didn't fucking go.
Have you seen that video?
It's not
It's
I
like
was gonna
12
get
guys
a
in thongs
Yeah.
playing basketball or doing something. They're running around. They had bouncy houses on. They're running, jumping around,
They
and
call it the Olympics, right? They're Olympics.
Oh, my
So
God.
the best time would get the first round pick.
Yeah.
And there was a guy, a firefighter, who was like flat out said, "I'm not wearing a thong and I'm not doing it." Okay, you have the last pick.
Yeah.
oh my God.
I mean,
He actually made it to national recognition for a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Because
yeah,
of that TikTok video.
from the
in
TikTok
Central.
videos.
He
Yeah,
made it
the
on-
dancing one. Yeah,
and that was like
Generous
they
the
were on
most-
Ellen.
That was the most PG thing that he's ever done.
I know. Oh my God, some of his stuff.
About
Yeah.
that.
It's
Yeah.
funny you say that, right?
Amazing.
So that's my shift, right? It was Station 1B shift, and I was out. I had literally broken my back, right?
Oh, shit.
Like maybe 7 days before they did that thing.
Yeah. Or that would have been you in
I
there.
would
or
have
what?
been there. I would have been doing something. I would have done something to, grab the creeper running around like Rudy did, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have been a part of it.
Yep.
And then when I saw it, I couldn't help, man. I'm sitting there in bed, you know, I can't move or whatever. Sitting there crying, you know. And I texted him, dude, like, I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I can't,
it was
I can't
good.
be
It was
bitter
good.
about it, right? Because these are my boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
It was good.
Like everything, dude, you have to support your guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what.
Yep.
You know, so to see him there or whatever, and and then you see, the kids were loving it the most because they were like, oh, the firefighters that were doing
Yeah.
it. And of course, my older daughters are like, hey, that's my older brother right
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
there. They love Leo to death, you know.
That's cool.
So
Fantastic. Fantastic.
going back to the story of, I guess the 5 kids that you said, like when I tell people stop at 4, right?
Yep.
It is a lot to get stretched in 5 different directions from
Sure.
my wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it takes a community, right? I'll take one. If you're getting it,
Oh, piss boy.
you know. Thank you. But yeah, no, it's.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
But you know, people see you and they see you with the kids and everything, and the first thing they say is like, "How the hell do you do it?
Yeah.
How the hell do you do it with
Yeah.
5 kids?"
You don't have a choice. You got to do it.
Yeah, and it's my fault. You know,
It's your privilege. It's your
it's
privilege.
ultimately my fault.
Privilege.
That's what my wife says. Why'd you keep getting me pregnant? It's like, why'd you open your legs? You know?
That's definitely a 3-beer comment. You know, and that,
My wife is a great sport, by the way. She is
Oh,
a great
that's
sport.
fantastic.
She's been around. She's fire department since what?
Oh,
19,
yeah.
I came in '99.
Sure.
I met her a week after. Well, no, I met her 3 days before I started the academy,
wow.
Nice.
and then we started dating maybe a week after I started the academy, and then, you know, so she's, you know,
Been through everything.
David de Luna would call her comadre. She
Yeah.
loves the boys as her nephews.
Yeah.
You know, she loves the kids.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
you know, Leo's kid loves them to death. Justin's kid. You know, these guys are having kids and they're all, you know, starting their families. And,
Yeah.
and we're the old people there. Like
The
at every
only-
kid's party, you know.
The only thing.
with my baby's 13 years old.
The only thing that's hard, and especially for me now, because I have 3 kids. I still have one at home. She's a senior, but Jake and Madison. Jake's up in Austin right now. Madison's up at Baylor. Madison's home right now for spring break, but she's going to have to leave again, and it's going to break my heart all over. You know, I'm happy for her, and she's doing great. She's in school. She's loving it. She's doing real well and everything, but man, she's just such a huge. She's the one that always used to crawl up in my lap when she was little and tell me, "Daddy, am I still your favorite?" And it just melts my heart. And now I got to go through leaving her there all over again.
I'll call my daughter Emily. Like, I'll be at the station and I'll call her randomly. The first thing she says, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay. I just calling to see how you're doing."
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll call her just to call her. I'll call Madison during the day. Just, "Hey, did you eat?" You know, just what you know, what time do you get out of school? What time do you work? Stuff like that. I'll call Adam when he gets home from school. If I'm at the station, I make my routes. They all have their
Yeah.
phones.
Yep.
But right now the boys don't have a phone, right? Because, you know, they got in trouble. But
Oh.
took the phones away from them for being dumbasses.
Hit them where it hurts.
But yeah, I call every one of them just to give me 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
You know, because I call my dad at least once a week,
Yep.
and he always tells me the same thing: call me more often. Like,
No.
I call you, but you don't have anything to talk to me about. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Everybody just wants to hear your voice.
maybe right. Call my mom once in a blue moon, but it's I want those kids to know that I'm gonna. You know,
Yeah. I talk to him every night. We talk to Jake every night. We talk to Madison. She'll call me. The thing that I love is I'll be at work or whatever, and they like to call me when they're walking from class to class because the campuses are pretty big. And
Yeah.
they'll call me just for 5-10 minutes
That's
while
wonderful.
they're walking, you know.
Wonderful.
I hear the buses going by and
Yeah.
people talking and everything, and
How
we
many
just chat.
how many phone calls do you make when you're driving home or driving somewhere? Like you have like more than 10-minute drive. How many phone calls do you make?
If I have a 10-minute drive?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You don't make phone calls like when you're, let's say you're gonna go somewhere to pick. Like I gotta pick up Adam and Alexander, 6 o'clock. From my house, probably about 10-15 minutes, right? Because I live off of Carlton. Sometimes I'll make about 2-3 calls
Yeah.
from my house.
Just to check on.
No, in general, like
Yeah.
I'll call my, my friend JD and who lives in Spring, Texas. I'll call my compadre Danny who lives in Buda, I'll call, random friends. Just,
Sure.
Just to call,
Right,
just to talk to somebody. My cousin in Austin, South Austin, I'll call him every once in a while.
Yeah.
If they answer, I'll talk to them about 5-10 minutes, and if they don't, they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I make those calls while I'm driving.
Got to keep in touch.
You're a driver now.
Yes.
You just got promoted.
Yes. Finally.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You're a driver now. And for those of you guys that don't understand the rank structure, a driver now has a responsibility of when the captain is not there, the driver moves up to captain.
He's a thespian.
Do your yes?
Acting.
Do your kids worry about you now that you're going to be in there?
No, because even when I was an assistant driver, I was in there.
Yeah, you're still in there. Yeah.
Fair
And
enough.
they've seen videos. There's videos out there where had some close calls. You know, everything's on the internet now.
Yeah.
And you got everybody video,
I
recording
hate
from across
that.
the street.
I hate that.
Facebook just posts everything out now.
God, they're the most horrible, horrific car accidents, and there's people walking their kids and filming.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. We live in a crazy world.
I had
They don't. I'm sorry. They don't. When I send it to them, or tell them like, "Hey, you're gonna see this video or whatever."
Yeah.
First thing I tell them is like, "Hey, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know."
Yeah.
Pat and I driving to Katy, going up 35 to 10. We ran into that bad car accident from just this past weekend where the two young ladies passed away. And we went by and they had the tarp over the car, and of course I know what that means.
Of course.
And it was horrible, man. But it's one of those things, and that's my biggest fear is my kids.
Yeah.
You know, I still have them on the Life 360 app.
No, of course.
Yeah.
So I had the color guard of the Alexander band went out and did a competition. I can't remember where we put it. And one of the parents sends me the text. We saw this accident on our way to the competition. And I said, whatever you do, just know that whenever there's a tarp there, that means somebody passed away. So have some respect. Tell the kids to have some respect.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, no, I know. She flat out told me, like, it for us, it's common, but for them, it's not, right? And,
No, and you don't want them to see that.
It's one time we were coming down from Dallas. Right? We had gone and we were driving down, and I told the kids, every time I see a fire truck, I tell the kids, hey, look, there's a fire truck. Right? And we're on the highway, and hey, there's a fire. I tell the kids, there's a fire truck coming up. And we're coming down, I want to say it was like Waco or one of those towns, big towns, and you see it 35, right? And the kids turn and look, and as they look, somebody had perished.
Oh.
It was an accident. I didn't see that that it was, an accident or whatever, right?
Sure.
And I turned to my wife and said, I better stop fucking doing that. I was fucking, I just gave my kids nightmares. Hey,
Right.
Hey, check it out. There's a fire truck right there. And it was like, they all turn and look. There's a body, and they have the white sheet over it.
Yeah.
And I turned to the kids, stop looking.
And I had one of those things you got stuck in your head when we were going to Katy. Right when we got into Katy, you switched from 10 to, 99 or something, but you way up on this skyway and back down. We got up to the top. I go, man, this just reminds me of that little girl that shot out the back window. And my wife's like, don't talk about it. Because my daughter, and then we were in the car, daughter and Pablo and his little brother were in the car.
Yeah. Shot out
Did
the
You
back
forget
window.
where you were
Yeah,
at?
on
Did you
Mines
not
Road.
read the room?
I did not. It just popped into my head.
Yeah,
Anytime I get up one of those things, because it was traumatic, I automatically think of that. Every time I go over them, I'm like, oh,
baby. That's
yeah, exactly. We all carry it.
It is a real thing,
And it
Post-traumatic
never
stress is a
goes
real thing.
away.
And I can. I've always been a very big advocate on that. I worked on the article for having to do with mental health, right? In case nobody knows, 2017, I was the first firefighter to put in a claim for post-traumatic stress.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I needed help.
Oh,
it's
wow.
like- just like you were the trailblazer for the whole cancer thing.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was the whole
Good
thing
for you.
for mental health, right? Because
Good for you.
Went to this call of Valentine's Day, and little girl in the bucket. I still remember her age. Still remember her name. I know how she looks.
it never goes away.
And it won't go away.
Yeah.
But I wasn't the only one there. But I was the only one that, for some reason, because I wasn't with my crew, I was with my compadre, and I was with, compadre David De Luna, and I was, with some of the guys. Like, I can go to a crew and just really I'm part of it that day, right? That's how I am. If I'm gonna go drive at your station, I'm gonna be part of your crew today. You're gonna treat me like if I'm part of your crew. I'm not an outsider. I'm not gonna make myself an outsider, and that's what I did. I do that at every station, and that day was more important.
You used to do that with me all the time.
You just go and you sink yourself. You set your roots there at that station, and it makes life easier for yourself, right? Because if not, you're gonna be a loner and living out of your duffel bag, which I still do, right? But it's you. We went to that call and this crew, and they sat us down afterwards or whatever. And we talked about it, and I'm the only one that probably, I don't know if the other ones, I can't speak for them, but I could not shake it because I left at 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
Right, I went back home when I was supposed to have something with the kids, the wife and the kids on Valentine's Day. I usually take them out to eat, and Valentine's. I have my day with my wife, and then my day with
Kids,
us,
everybody.
right? I include the kids and everything. Carnival, whatever, because it's around the carnival time, and I just didn't do any of that. Right, and then I actually woke them up when I got home, and I sat them down. I said, "Look, Daddy just went to a big call. I can't shake it. You're gonna notice some things. Just bear with me, right? Don't think that you did anything wrong." And that was it. Like that's how I started my journey into trying to not be medicated, not be an alcoholic, not be and I'm real big on that. And if you need to talk to me. I tell the guys all the time. I'm easy to approach and talk to. And I've had a lot of guys tell me, hey, I'm having anxiety. Can I call you? And that's how I think I've been able to bridge that gap between being in the fire service and that post-traumatic stress because of personal experience. Because nobody did it for me.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not a bitter about it. Right? I just wish that there was a Victor Torres who had gone through some shit.
Right, that could have helped you.
Helped me,
Invited you,
because the older guys, they went through some shit.
But back then,
But they wasn't, and you talk, like you said, you talk about things that pop into your head. You have guys that were hard-nosed fucking firefighters, and they see a commercial, and they cry in front of the TV.
Oh, yeah.
Right? How many times has that happened to you? Guess what? That's post-traumatic stress.
Oh, yeah. I
It's
get
not a
choked up
disorder.
over a whole bunch of shit, man.
It's not a disorder. Your kid calls you and sends you an "I love you" message, and you start crying. And you think about your kid, and you start thinking about, oh man, what if he gets in an accident? That's all of it. It all has to come because of the fucking life that we live.
Yep.
You give yourself to this department, you give your life to this community, and what does it give you? Post-traumatic stress.
Post-traumatic
something
stress
from
and cancer and
Have you ever approached George
George Gomez?
about being on the team?
I did, and of course, it goes one way and it never makes anything out of it, right?
You should.
But I've always been a big advocate
He's a good
for
listener.
it. Yeah, I've been a big advocate for it, and being that I come from experience, and I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm not nonchalant. You tell me your problems, I'm gonna listen to the T. If you want my advice, I'll give you advice. If not,
Yep.
just listening helps.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually shot George. I actually phoned him about 3 days ago when my old crew went to a bad call in the South, and I talked to George, and he gave me the specifics of the call, and I said, "Did you reach out to this one individual on my old crew, who was the one that had to make his way? It became a crime scene, and he was the only one that was allowed
Inside. Yeah.
inside to go and assess." So how, and I actually shot him a text, said, "I'm here for you if there's anything you need," because this whole thing, like Chris said, back in the day, we just wouldn't talk about shit like that.
You were seen as weak.
You sucked it up.
You didn't want anybody to see that.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
And then to actually take these rookies and these new guys and say, "I got your back. I know this is coming. I know the PTSD, you can't avoid it, but we can deal with it." And so, those days where you ate it.
Yep.
You just fucking ate it. and I'm happy that
How
things are
many
changing.
problems do you think the department would have curbed if we would have taken care of this
Could have been quite a few.
10, 15, 20 years
The
ago?
one that comes to mind is Ralph Vasquez. The one that just really, because I was with him.
One of the greatest human beings I've
Yes,
ever met.
as a rookie, he was with me at Station 3 with Johnny Almaraz and Chuns and Dally, and that was our crew, Monez. And we lost track for a while. I went to EMS training, he went to Central, but he never left Central.
Yeah, yeah.
But I partied with him a few times. I knew his background. I knew what he was about. He was a good friend. That shit could have been avoided.
Oh, yeah.
Because from what I gather, he asked out several times
Oh, yeah.
and was never let out.
No.
That's bullshit.
You know what? He asked to training,
yes.
EMS training.
Yeah, he came with me.
And
said no.
people would look at him and you wouldn't give anything for the guy. You think the guy's a piece of shit, whatever.
Yeah.
But the guy was if you let the guy sleep, he was a medical savant. Like he is incredibly intelligent
Yeah.
person. Incredibly intelligent person. But the shell of him, you don't see it.
It's just the exterior, though.
Yeah.
That's
But
all it was.
but you just talking to the guy. The guy is extremely honest, and I say that because not because I'm blowing smoke up his ass, but it was a breath of fresh air to be around that guy because the guy spoke his mind. The guy spoke the truth. You were getting 100% Ralph,
Yeah.
Yep.
right? And that is a trait that it's not common
Yeah.
nowadays, right? You get like the camaradas, like yeah, you're a great guy. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I think the system failed him.
No, yes, very much so. That guy would have been the department would have benefited greatly with having that guy in EMS.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that was in EMS who thinks he's a paragod, wears these glasses, tattoos.
No names. No names. No names.
No names, but one of these guys would look down upon him,
Yeah.
right? And we had a conversation years later about it. And I said, dude, you guys fucked up by letting that guy out.
Yeah.
Because he would have made life a lot easier.
Yeah.
He knew the nuances of the box, the nuances of the calls, first-hand experience. Yeah, he, like everybody, we have our quirks, we have our shit, but it works.
Yeah.
The station still and the guy still stops by when he walks by, when he drives by. Our station is in a big boulevard.
Yeah.
Sometimes he stops by, we're outside training or whatever, and sits there, shoots his shit, and I tell him, dude, I miss you. The guy is, he's like all heart, man.
Yeah.
The guy is all heart.
Yeah.
He used to be able to talk to anybody,
Yeah.
any patient. Like the thing I loved about Ralph was he could talk to a Tecato in his language.
Yeah.
He could talk to an old lady
Oh,
in
yeah.
her language and a child in their language.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about he was as genuine as they get.
You
And I do
Can't get
believe
any
that
more genuine than that.
ultimately what we should have seen we should have seen that
Coming. Yeah.
that train wreck was coming and somebody should have done something to switch the tracks or slow it down or whatever they had to do. But yeah,
If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle, right? Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Exactly. 100%.
Never heard that before. Wow. If my aunt had a dick, she'd have been my uncle.
I like that.
I'm going to write that
I don't know if I'm
down.
going to use that, but I like it.
I am going to use it.
Shoulda,
You know
woulda,
what?
Yeah.
I am going to call this episode, If My Aunt Had a Dick, She'd Have Been My Uncle. I'm serious. I'm going to call it
I gotta
that.
credit Ralph Villarreal with that one. The first time I heard it, was maybe like 10, 15 years ago.
He's
That
writing
guy
it
threw-
down.
That guy threw it at me, and I was like, holy shit. For the rest of my life,
Yeah.
I'm going to use this one.
Welcome to episode 107. If my aunt had a dick, she'd have been my uncle. I'm going to edit this tonight, and that's what it's going to
I
be.
feel so honored.
I need to write it down because I'm going to forget it.
So
I'm going
honored
to
that
forget
I
it.
named your episode.
Wow. No, this is your
No, I'm
episode.
gonna be honest, guys. When
If
I
my
first wanted
aunt-
to come in to do this show, right? I've been dying to do this. The first time you guys did it, You guys have gotten way bigger than anyone expected, and you know I've always shown support. I've always wanted to come on.
Sure.
Right? I would comment. I would always tell you guys, "Hey, I'm ready." You know. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was no bullshit, post-traumatic stress.
Nice.
Right? Because it's a big part of our, the fire service, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're here in Laredo or in New York or in California or everybody deals with it. Everybody has that one guy that has seen everything.
Absolutely.
And has that 1,000 yards there, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And you know the guy's been there for 24 years and still a firefighter, still pipe man, not ranked up.
Yep.
And he runs the show. No, you know what? I don't want to eat that. Let's eat this. Or don't bring me coffee. Bring me Diet Coke. Whatever. You know, like these little nuances. And the captains allow that because when the shit hits the fan, that's guy's the one that's going to be.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the one you're going to rely on. Not the rookie, but you're going to rely on him.
Of course.
But the guy comes with a lot of baggage, and that baggage is post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's part of the job.
You know, and
we build it up.
Yeah, and people don't understand. And you see all these applicants. What was it? They took the test last time. They gave the fire department test with like 1,100 people in the and they had to
at the
open
LEA,
up at the arena, right?
Yeah,
the Sames Arena. And my first thought, and no bullshit, I always think, do they know what the fuck they're doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's going to be more this time.
Oh yeah, and my son Adam has said, you know, Dad, I would like to be a firefighter. He wants to be a cop, but then, you know, he loves Leo, so he wants to be a firefighter. Like
I learned one thing in the police academy.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be a cop.
I
couldn't put up with it.
One of my partners
I could not
on
put up with it.
the Sun Devil Academy, you know, we deal with a lot of kids or whatever. He's really good with those first timers, how to throw, how to catch, whatever. I have my nuances, but he has these, you know, techniques because he has 2 boys that are under the age of 5, and he deals with them or whatever. But he's a cop, and he always tells me, dude, you should go 8 to 5. Like, I didn't want to be a cop.
and what I said, I didn't mean anything bad against cops. I was talking about dealing with the public the way they have to.
No, but
Especially in this day.
I mean,
Yes.
we're all family, right? Like PD did.
Of course.
We had our things, right? Our little competitions, but you have that competition with your siblings, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, our other partner, Georgie, he's a border patrol, and he's, you know, but he you know, we work good. The 3 of us work good for this academy, and hopefully we can build it up to, you know, we're not trying to take anybody's, you know, job or whatever, kids for the teams. But what we do is we teach a lot of fundamentals, stuff like that. But my point coming back to that is that we work great, even though we're not all firefighters, not all.
Sure.
You know what I mean? We work good, and we, you know, we talk shit to each other and, you know, razz each other or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good, man. And just we all have a common point, like just.
Oh, yeah.
We serve the community, and we want to keep serving the community in a different direction, and you know, but yeah, I wouldn't want Adam to be a cop or a border patrol.
It's a hard life, man.
I rather, you know, and if you ask me, I wouldn't probably even want him to be a firefighter. You end up like his old man, all fucking crying on commercials.
Isn't that terrible? I get that too. My wife I tried to
mad because my wife was not in front of me when I wanted to show her a jersey.
I left you in a shopping cart. Where are you? No, but
you gotta have one of those bells on her, right?
Yes.
I'm this.
No, I got this thing also where I whistle. I'll go, shh.
Oh, everybody there.
My dad.
Yeah, and then she'll know that it's me and she'll holler out to me. But then sometimes I do it and somebody else will whistle back. And
Yep, because everybody does the same thing.
Yeah.
That's like you see the guys going to Walmart and they do the and you hear all the other guys doing it all over Walmart.
My dad had this whistle growing up. He would always, every time he go, right? Just
that was his.
that was his whistle to me.
Yeah.
I could be outside playing. He needed me
You'd
to
be
get
like-
him another beer.
Yeah.
Which was like right there. He calls me out from outside. He needed me to change the TV because, you know, we were the remote controls.
Oh yeah.
I saw that the other day. It was a meme. It said the remote control back in the day as a little kid.
First remote control in the family, right? Yeah.
That's right.
And the Zenith TV.
A Zenith
Right?
TV? My God.
Zenith.
Zenith.
Wow.
Yep.
That was state
With
of
the
the art.
lightning
back then.
bolt.
He bought it at
VHF.
Montgomery Wards.
VHF.
Right? Dude, my mom had bought a keyboard where I could do my spelling words or whatever. An RF modulator would change it from regular cable to
To TV, to
the
like Palm.
keyboard, right?
Yeah.
Oh
to
my
the
God.
Atari. You would connect the
Yeah.
Atari
Yeah,
to it.
You'd have to
right?
switch it. Yeah.
Talking the 80s, right? In
Back in the
84,
day.
85, right?
That's when I graduated from high school.
I was 6 years old, by the way. So, by the way, I figured out how to connect all of that. So now that's where my son gets the Sinister Smart.
There you go.
So we had this thing, and I was really good at it. Like I was really good at connecting everything. And whatever. My dad shows up one day and says, "This is the VCR. I need you to read the instructions, and learn how to connect it." Yeah, I was 6 years old. Learn how to connect it to the TV, because I want to record. You're gonna record soccer games. Mexico 86, right? In 1986, the World Cup was in Mexico.
Sure.
And that's what I did. Little did I know is that my dad took that keyboard, pawned it, took that
And
money,
bought the VCR.
went to Montgomery Ward's and bought the VCR with the money from there and whatever he worked on the side and paid for. So I learned how to use VCR and connect AV equipment and all that shit.
But no
Started
one
from-
ever learned how to use that frickin' timer on the ECR to
I did.
set it.
Never.
You did?
I did.
I could never get that damn thing to work.
It drove me
Okay, the
crazy.
show's going to be on at 8:30, so it was like rocket science.
It drove me
Hey.
crazy.
What the hell?
he's
That's
plastered.
twice.
He's
twice.
plastered.
All right. Okay, well, we're going to have to cut out. That's an hour and a half.
Really?
We're over. We're
seem
90
like
minutes. I know. That was a great show.
Do you guys have like a limit for it or what?
No, not really, but we try to keep it to close to an hour, more
Yeah.
or less.
Yeah, this is on the higher end of
This
the
is on
hour.
the higher end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel honored, by the way.
Well, you did great. It was wonderful having you.
It
You were a
felt-
fantastic guest.
Like,
A breath of
Home.
fresh air.
Yeah, and
truly
it
did.
went by like nothing.
yeah.
That's
And
when
I
we
miss
know it
you.
was a good show, when it just goes. It never stops.
Yeah.
You know what? I enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm real big on you guys. You guys are
We'll
my
have-
friends.
We'll have to have you on again
Family.
soon.
I miss you a lot.
Yeah, no, I
I
miss
miss
you
the
guys a lot,
department.
yeah.
Not as much as I did, because now I feel like I'm involved in
You're
it. But
still involved.
But I'm like looking from the outside, and
Sure.
nobody can fuck with me.
I was
love that.
looking forward to coming here, and then one of the things I was looking at, how thick is that beard on David?
How thick is that beard? It's awful white. I don't
It's a
remember
lot
it.
of white.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Wow.
It's the black hair.
You
but-
might be whiter than my beard.
Yeah.
I get that a lot. I have black hair, and people ask me if I dark. I don't have black hair.
Is it kiwi?
Brown hair.
Yeah.
And they ask me if I dye it like the old Chiefs.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Shoe
yeah.
polish.
You ever when they
Yeah.
would bleed?
Yeah.
Yep.
They would
Oh
see-
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Siebert.
down it.
Louise Siebert and arson.
But your beard's still black.
Oh well, yeah. I
Yeah.
have some. I have
That's where
red,
mine's
some
white.
red and some
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
But my hair is still.
Oh,
You know.
look at that.
Oh, it's like me. My,
Gorgeous.
Look at that.
it's like me. My hair is perfectly brown. I just get it in my beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a full head of hair. And
My
still-
God.
and this
Wow.
guy's still.
It's sexy. It's actually.
But I told
It's
him,
so
I'm not gonna dye it.
voluptuous.
If it gets gray, it gets gray. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
no, I don't mind at all.
Right, Brian?
I don't
Yeah,
mind at
okay.
all.
I'm already gray. I don't give a fuck. My beard is white. It's pretty like that.
Your beard?
My beard.
No
yeah.
shit.
Swear to God.
Grow that shit.
I can't.
He's
Why?
working. He's
When
not.
are you ever going to put on an SCBA?
Never. I know. Hey, have an argument with the man
do they
upstairs.
let you? Do they let you guys
God?
have a?
No.
Oh,
No.
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 Grow your mustache.
You know, and I do.
I look
I
like
do
an
this, and
idiot.
it. I do this, and
I
it
had
hurts.
that. I had that trucky mustache for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to Baltimore to go play softball, and they were like, "Oh, well, this is his first time. He's wearing a tutu. That motherfucker right there is not a rookie. He's got a trucky mustache."
Damn.
That guy's name is Wayne.
I didn't know that there was a term for.
Yeah, it's a trucky,
Trucky mustache.
Wow.
I grow this, and the guys that are there that are in uniform still are like, "Damn,
Yeah,
damn.
I
Are
grow
you
it.
allowed to do that? I'd do whatever the hell I want."
Hell
I
yeah.
grow it whenever I go on vacation, but you know,
Yeah,
since
that's what I did too.
we go out, we go to Vegas or whatever, I'll let it grow out.
Okay, all right, we're gonna have to cut it there.
Oh,
That was
awesome!
It
fantastic.
was a
I love
great
it.
show.
I
It
love
was a
it.
great
I
show.
love the show. You guys are great. Thank you all for having me over.
Awesome.
Thanks for running
Yeah.
into me, Brian. You're my boy, Brian. You've always been my boy.
You're my boy, Blue.
You too,
You're
Chris.
my
I
boy,
love you
Blue.
guys.
We love you too.
Love you
My
too, big.
compadre, I love you. I love you guys so much. Everybody that's part of this.
Hell
I love
yeah.
it. I can't
Hell
wait to
yeah.
come back in.
Welcome to the Did They Really
He
Just
needs to
Say
come
That
back.
podcast
Yeah,
with
that was
Chris
There's more
and
to say.
That was a lot.
Two firefighters close to retirement telling stories full of comedy, adventure, bragging,
I hit the wrong
and
one.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Did They Really
I
Just
hit the
Say
intro.
That
That's
podcast.
hilarious.
You can hear more on our website, DidTheyReallyJustSayThat.com, and everywhere you find your favorite
Really? Second
podcast.
one.
No, it's just one. Oh, yeah.
As always,
No, I had
the
3.
drinks are on us.
It's a nice switchboard, by the way.
I didn't even know. I looked down and I saw it was 1:28. I was like, damn it, it feels like an hour.
This really didn't.
Flew, yeah, that was great.
When you have a lot to talk about.